The ability to provide effective and constructive feedback when someone's performance, attitude or behavior isn't where it should be continues to be one of the most common challenges or worries that leaders and managers have, working at all levels. So if this resonates with you, today's video is for you. And I'm going to share with you a very simple, easy to apply approach that will significantly reduce the likelihood of someone reacting in a negative or confrontational way when you're sharing this feedback. Hey, I'm Ben Morton. I'm a leadership mentor, performance coach and keynote speaker, and I specialize in working with business professionals who are moving into more senior leadership roles and who are committed to being the best leader that they can possibly be. Now, the thing that is most likely to cause a negative or confrontational reaction when we're sharing feedback with someone is when they are feeling it's unfair or they are being personally attacked. Now, fairness is incredibly significant for most people to varying degrees. And neuroscience has shown that when we feel we are being treated unfairly, exactly the same brain regions light up. They've seen this in MRI scanners. Exactly the same brain regions light up as when we feel physical pain. So it's no wonder if people feel they've been treated unfairly, they're going to react very strongly. It's probably going to trigger that fight, flight or freeze response. Now, the way to avoid that is to provide people with what we call data-based feedback or very specific feedback. Now, data-based feedback could be a recording of a customer service agent's call. It could be engagement surveys, it could be sales data, or at least just being very specific about what it is you're providing feedback on. For example, if I was to say to you, hey, I want to talk to you about your timekeeping because you're always turning up late to our team meeting, that's very generic and that's likely to get an adversarial reaction. However, if I was to be much more specific and say, hey, I'd like to talk to you about timekeeping because I've noticed for the past 3 weeks you've been round about 10 minutes late, between 5 and 10 minutes late for our Friday team meeting, and I want to understand what's going on. That's very different. It's much harder for an individual to A, fight against that because it's very specific, and B, it's less likely to trigger this sense of unfairness in them. So whenever you're providing feedback, look for data-based feedback, or at least be as specific as you possibly can. And remember, when you're sharing the feedback, there's always two sides to every story. There could be a very good reason that's causing the performance to be off base or their behavior or attitude to change. So a challenging conversation, when we're giving some difficult feedback, it's not a one-way street. It's an opportunity for us to share what we've noticed, for the person to respond, and for us to work out a way forward together that improves performance. Hope this has been useful. If it has, check out my website at ben-morton.com to find out more about how I work with individuals, teams and organisations to improve their leadership capability. And as always, look after yourself, look after those you've got the privilege and responsibility to lead. And until next time, lead on.